horrific, disgraceful treatment meted out to them. The women are alleging that they have been subjected to sexual harassment for years and their lands have been forcefully snatched away. Shockingly, and as per the testimonies of these women who are on record with us here on the News 18 network, the main accused behind all of this is a politician, a leader of the ruling disposition in the state of Bengal, the Trinamool Congress. The man accused is a strong man, a Bahubali, a local don or gunda as many people would say, Sheikh Shahjahan. He has been missing since the 5th of January 2024, the day the Enforcement Directorate arrived at his doorstep and tried to enter Sandeshkhali in order to question him in an alleged ration distribution scam. Since then, there's been no trace of Sheikh Shahjahan. Many say he's fled, others are saying he's freely going about his business in Sandeshkhali itself with complete protection from the administration. Now, as the anger against the state police and the administration only grows, all they are getting to hear, or all we are getting to hear from the Chief Minister, who's also the Home Minister of the state, is that Sheikh Shahjahan is being targeted. She has said this on the floor of the Assembly. Many questions over that statement, but this is open support. But if he is innocent, why is he hiding? Why not come and face these allegations and why challenge and not challenge them? Why is the state police unable to trace him? It's been 46 days and there's been no statement from him, no sight of him either. So, as per the law and order of the state, and more importantly, ladies and gentlemen, despite many of the women in Sandeshkhali naming him and his goons, not a single FIR mentions him. There is not a single FIR against him. Is this not a reflection of the state of affairs in Bengal? Can the ruling disposition in the state get away by painting the central government functionaries, the bodies and commissions in political hues? That's the question that remains. Now, even the Calcutta High Court has pulled up the Mamata Banerjee-led government. Here's what the High Court has said. Shahjahan has done damage to public, cannot defy law. Shahjahan is on the run after committing alleged crimes. Police are unable to apprehend him despite the IPC offences. One person can't hold the entire population to ransom. The ruling dispensation should not support Shahjahan. In the suo motu matter, Shahjahan must surrender here. The court has said let him come to the Calcutta High Court and surrender therein. The larger question is, the court has taken suo motu cognizance, but the state law and order enforcement agencies, not a single FIR registered against him. They have no clue where he is. But there is political vendetta and targeting being claimed. So who's shielding the Sandeshkhali Sheikh is a question that we ask tonight here on The Right Stand. Let's go across to Neeti Jain, spokesperson of the BJP, Dr. Anand Ranganathan, author, and Ravi Srivastava, who's backing the Trinamool Congress, who's taking a position against the BJP and what many would say is political opportunism or political tourism. Neeti Jain, how would you first respond to this? Sandeshkhali has been happening for a while. Were there no BJP karyakartas in Sandeshkhali or Boshirhat? How come this matter has never been raised, but 60 days before elections, suddenly everything is active?
Anand, I think it's quite sad to make this a political point today. I think whenever the matter has come to light, the BJP has taken cognizance and we have stood up for anything wrong that is happening. For TMC to come up today and say that we are politicizing it, had their police and their administration taken action then, we did not have to come in and do anything about it. So to cry foul today and blame us for asking questions about the women that are suffering there, I think that's just sad right now. So for us, this is definitely not political, and the question that needs to be asked today, and the only question that needs to be asked is, where is Shahjahan Sheikh? And why is it that the government of the state did not know what was happening here? The lands are being grabbed, the women are being raped, and there is no FIR being filed. The women say the police was in the know of things, and yet no FIR was filed and they did not take any action. So what kind of political patronage that is happening there and is causing such distress to these women? I think that is the only
in
question.
The Vidhan Sabha has said that these are BJP women coming from outside, covering their faces and giving these statements.
No, she has also said that the governor has made his Raj Bhavan into a hotel. Not she, somebody from her party had said it. And she is shielding Shahjahan Sheikh. If she has such faith in the man, let the FIR be filed. There was a suggestion that his properties can be attached. What action has been taken? So just to stand there and defend everything that man has done without even taking it to the police or letting the inquiry happen, I think that is the question that needs to be asked, Anand. It needs not be made political in any sense. The women that are being raped is not political. It is a matter of dignity of women and the entire state that is running on a certain amount of political patronage.
Now there is another allegation, and this has just happened, ladies and gentlemen, and I am bringing it to the attention of Ms. Neeti Jain, spokesperson of the BJP. The West Bengal police has now alleged that one of our own officers was called a Khalistani by the state's leader of opposition. So this is Shuvendu Adhikari. His fault, he's a proud Sikh and a capable police officer who's trying to enforce the law. This comment is much more malicious and racial as it is community inciting. It's a criminal act. We unequivocally condemn the unprovoked, unacceptable attack on an individual's religious identity and beliefs aimed to incite people to take to violence and break the law. Stern legal action is being initiated. So there is trouble for Mr. Shuvendu Adhikari now for the comments that he has uttered. We'll try and play out. I'm just going to check with our team if Mr. Adhikari has already reacted to this, and if we have a reaction or clarification from Mr. Shuvendu Adhikari, we'll play that out too. But how would you like to respond? So this is what the West Bengal police is now saying, that the BJP is not just name calling, they are there to purely vitiate the entire atmosphere.
Alright, so about this specific matter, Anand, I have just heard one side of the story and I don't know about this matter. So unless I hear Mr. Adhikari's side of the story and the context in which this statement was made, I'm not going to comment on that. But the other charge that everything is politicized and everything is vicious. So this is a party that basically says BJP is wrong, the governor is wrong, NCW is wrong, even the court is not acting in the right manner. So if everything is wrong and only the delusional sense of the story that they have in their mind is right, I don't think I have to comment on their delusions at all.
But the West Bengal police is so sharp, Ravi Srivastav, that they're able to pick out a comment made by the leader of the opposition, but they are not in the shape to arrest Sheikh Shahjahan.
Anand, first of all, rape is a heinous crime and there are no twos about it. As far as the comment is concerned, I think you have got the clip. I have seen that already. It was in the broad daylight, and the identity of that IPS police officer, who was a Sikh officer, he was called Atankwadi. He was looking very agitated, and he has said it. He said, it has become very common for BJP to call any Muslim as an Atankwadi and any Sikh as a Khalistani. I think they have lost their sense of proprietary and abuse people like this. As far as Sandeshkhali is concerned, it has become almost a very fertile story for the BJP. Just 60 days before the Lok Sabha election, they want to encash on it. That they brought some people from other places, some BJP karyakarta. We saw those statements happening for last 7, 8 or 10 days. Making any statement before the media, I think does not amount to any testimony. If it is really serious things have happened, the victim must come forward, and it has happened in other cases as well.
Okay, so let me ask you: if
their identity will be concealed, there should be proper investigation. There should be proper medical examination. There should be all kind of forensic analysis done for those people and justice given. Because this cannot
has
be
it been done?
Testimony.
Ravi Srivastava,
that's what I am asking.
If some people come and complain amidst fear, should the police put their names out in public? Should the police release the names of such people who have come out and complained?
Not at all.
That's exactly what's been done in Sandeshkhali.
Sir,
that's exactly what's been done in 1 minute, sir. That's exactly what's been done in Sandeshkhali. Yesterday and day before, News 18 and reporters of News 18 who are on ground, News 18 Bangla, News 18 Hindi and News 18 CNN News 18, they spoke to many women across Sandeshkhali. If you understand a bit of Bangla or if you have access to the channel, we'll play that out for your benefit, and you please tell me what they are saying, How do you know these are BJP women the way you branded them, saying women who have come from outside? You said it yourself, just like the Chief Minister. Does the Chief Minister, who's also the Home Minister of the state, have a single ounce of proof that all these women have come from outside and they are BJP women? That she has made that allegation on the floor of the House? You have nothing to say about the comments and the absolute inaction of the state's Home Minister and the state police against the women who are saying this has been happening with us for years.
Anand, I'm saying first of all, this has to be quantified.
Quantified how, sir?
It cannot be a testimony before the media.
Anand, no, but how many FIRs have been written? One minute, sir. One minute. I know Dr. Ranganathan is furious. He wants to say something, but I'm just going to say, you listen to these ladies, count the number of women who have taken the name of Shibu Hazra, of Noor Alam and of Sheikh Shahjahan. They are singing songs there, sir, in pain. And you are telling me nobody's taken their... My point is, sir, how many FIRs in Bengal, in Sandeshkhali, on Sandeshkhali, name Sheikh Shahjahan? Not a single one. Why?
The court should have ordered to file the FIR as well.
So right now you don't have anything to say to the West Bengal police. Now you don't have anything to say to the West Bengal police. Now you don't have anything to say to the West Bengal police.
Confiscate the property of the culprit.
No, listen to this. Listen to this. Dr. Ranganathan coming to you after. Listen to this. Listen to these voices and let's hope that stirs up your conscience a little.
আর সন্দেশখালি শেখ শাহজাহান মায় মানকে সর্বনাশ করলে আরে কাহাব গো বাছার কেরে দোষে আর ভোটালে শেখ শাহজাহান দলে দলে মারে আমাদের সব বিক্রি হয়ে গেছে সব বিক্রি হয়ে গেছে দিদি কি টাকা দিয়ে কি আমাদের ওই মাসে 1000 টাকা দিয়ে কি আমাদের ইজ্জতটা ফিরিয়ে দিতে পারবে দিদি পারবে 1000 টাকা থেকে 1200 টাকা করলো কি 1200 টাকা করে কি দরকার আমাদের মান ইজ্জতটা ফিরিয়ে দেব না দিদি আসলে পুরো দেখিয়ে দেব আমরা আমাদের কি হয়েছে না হয়েছে দিদি আসুক এখানে শেখ শাহজাহান এসে দিদিদের সর্বনাশ করে আরে বাবা ঠিক আছে चिंता न करो चिंता बोल क्या रहे हैं बताओ क्या बोल रहे हैं
তো আমাদের এখানে যেগুলো হচ্ছে আমাদের উপরে নির্যাতন হচ্ছে সেইগুলো বললাম পুরুষদের উপরে কিভাবে হচ্ছে নির্যাতন হচ্ছে রাতের পর রাত নিয়ে গিয়ে কিভাবে ওদেরকে উপরে টর্চার করা হচ্ছে মারধর করা হচ্ছে
ওই যেগুলো কালো টালো মেয়ে সেগুলো ঘরে থেকে আসতো যেগুলো পরিষ্কার টস্কার দেখতে দেখতে ভালো সেইটা মেয়েগুলো থেকে যেত এইরকম ভাবে আর কি সেইভাবেই মানে ধারণায় বোঝা আর কি
প্রতিদিন অত্যাচার করতো
এখন আপনার স্বামী কোথায়
এখন আমার স্বামী বাইরে বাড়িতে নিয়ে ওরা দিন আসে তুলে নিয়ে যাওয়ার জন্য কেস দিয়েছে মিথ্যা কেস দিয়েছে বাড়ির থেকে তুলে নিয়ে যাবে রাত্রে বাড়ি থাকলে কি করবো আমাদের এই ভাঙাচোরা ঘর কোথায় থাকবো আমরা
কি বলবেন কি
বিচার তো এই তোই চাইছি এই বিচারই চাচ্ছি যে ওদের সারা জীবন ওদের জেল দিক শেখ শাহজাহানকে যতদিন না গ্রেফতার করবে ততদিন আমরা আন্দোলন আমরা ছাড়বো না আমরা ভয় করছি না ভয় আমরা করব না আমরা আমাদের যে উপরে যে এত হেনস্থার করা হয়েছে আমরা কিন্তু ছাড়ছি না
Sir, be it the Chief Minister of a state, be it the police or be it yourself, you have no right to question the integrity of the reporters of CNN, News 18, News 18 Network, News 18 India, News 18 Bangla. They were in Sandeshkhali and the women have stood there and spoken. It is out of respect and for their own safety that they have blurred their faces. You could have counted the number of women who spoke about Sheikh Shahjahan. Now please count the number of FIRs that have his name. It's a matter for all of us to hang our heads in shame that this is happening in Bharat, in one of the states that prides itself on being politically and intellectually forward, sir.
I again repeat, this does not prove anything. This does not prove anything.
Sir, what would it
And
take
the
for
worst
you to
situation
believe? What would
has
prove
happened
anything
in the
to you?
Now,
Manipur,
Dr.
it
Ranganathan,
has happened
one
in
minute.
Hathras,
No,
it
no,
has
no.
happened in
Sir,
Kathua,
don't do any whataboutery. In all those cases, you were on record to asking for an FIR to be filed immediately, proof or not, and that's what the law says, that there should be a zero FIR, not a single FIR named Sheikh Shahjahan. There are at least 50 women there who are naming Sheikh Shahjahan, not a single FIR against him. This is a reflection of something, sir. This does not prove anything, but this is proof of something else, and this is a reflection of something else. So that sir is quod erat demonstrandum. It's demonstrated as is visible. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan. 1 minute, Mr.
You have got a fertile story to make out of it.
No, sir. It is an absolute diarrhea. It is an absolute constipation of your thought and diarrhea of your expression, sir. That is visible right now. Not anybody's fertile imagination. And that with respect, I would like to tell you, what is on display currently is an absolute constipation of your thought and diarrhea of your expression. That is what is on display. Yes, Dr. Ranganathan, go ahead, please.
Good evening, Anand. I have a few points to make, and I'm going to be very direct. I can sit here and speak for the next 2 or 3 odd minutes, condemn what is happening in Sandeshkhali, Anand. You know I can do that. Anybody can do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to demand a few things. Number one, I'm absolutely appalled that the extent to which victim shaming has been normalized over the past fortnight. It is appalling. And for the information of those who are still doubting those brave, courageous women who have risked certain deaths and come out and said of the horrific things that have been done to them. There is a woman who is approached, and in front of the magistrate she has alleged gang rape, because of which gang rape has now been included as one of the charges. So all those people who were saying that rapes were not committed, they should be ashamed of themselves. Number two, people who are still doubting should know, and people who are asking for medical examination report should be ashamed, because rape is a crime that has no statute of limitation. Are they going to tell me that rapes that happened 2 years ago, maybe years ago, as you are saying correctly, Anand, there needs to be a medical report to be done now to confirm it? How shameful have we become? But here again, as I said, I am veering towards just condemnation. I'm not going to do that, Anand, because I've done that enough. We've done that enough. I want answers, and I am no longer looking for answers from the Trinamool Congress, because they have not provided answers for the last 5 years, last 10 years. And it is shameful, I say this, that every time this happens, the centre and the BJP demands answers from the TMC, knowing fully well that no answer will come. You send a CBI team, they arrest the CBI team. You send an NCW team, they stop them from doing their job. I want to ask the centre directly, is it not shameful for us Indians that a man who is accused of gang rape, sexual abuses, horrific crimes, is absconding for more than 40 days in this country? Forget about you accusing the TMC. What is the central government doing? Don't you have central forces at your disposal? Don't you have armed forces at your disposal? Is it not shameful that a man is now absconding, perhaps roaming free in Bengal or maybe any other state? What has the centre got to do with it? Is it not shameful for the centre that the Commission for SC/STs, that the Commission for Women has recommended President's rule? What are you doing? President rules have been imposed by other governments for crimes that are much lesser than this. I'm not here to equate crimes, but here dozens of women, their lives that are risked. So I don't know. I want to be, not to be cynical out here, Anand, but I have to say this, at the risk of offending people, at the risk of offending the BJP spokesperson, is the BJP's role only to stretch this and to gain some political mileage out of it? Or when are you going to act? When is the BJP and the central government going to send forces to arrest that criminal? Or are you just going to wait for TMC to arrest him?
More than 2 women in that montage itself that we put out, the audio visual that we put out itself, have said, "Atyachar with us all through the night." How much more does a woman have the courage to come out and say this? They are SC, ST women, scheduled caste, scheduled tribe women who are living there in that region. There are other things that have also been said, sir, far more heinous. Along with the torment, children have also been subjected to a certain level of abuse and misdemeanor. Their lands have been snatched away. Ponds have been dried, filled over. So many stories which are there of atrocities. It's an absolute, and this is just 75 kilometers from the state capital of Kolkata. 75 kilometers. Neeti Jain, how long do you want to stretch this? Till 18 becomes 22, 22 becomes 26, probability. That's the question Dr. Ranganathan is asking.
I understand the emotion, and I think I feel the same emotion that is going through with the entire matter that is going on. But ours is a federal government. There is only so much that the central government can intervene at this point, and which is why the BJP in the state is taking up this matter. We are going to, the governor there is also responding to this entire matter. So the central agencies in the federal structure, so to say, there's only so much that can be done at this point, but whatever needs to be done will be done. We cannot just leave these goons to themselves and let them be. The matter is being taken on the highest of considerations, but to say that let the central government take on everything, where does the federal structure go? So there is a precedence that goes on there. While I understand your emotion, but there is a certain restriction.
2021, those 48 hours, there was no federal structure.
We are worried about...
Because there was no government in place. You know what happened in Boshirhat, Sonakhali, Sandeshkhali, 2018, 2019, what happened in Sonakhali, which is neighborhood of Sandeshkhali. What happened in so many other regions, not just North 24 Parganas, but also the South 24 Parganas. All of that. Has it been forgotten?
Anand,
where has it been raised?
And Anand, I want to ask this: where is the moral and ethical, propriety when, with due respect, the spokesperson is talking about the federal structure over and above arresting a man who's been accused of gang raping dozens of women? Which is more important to you? The federal structure, the sacrosanct nature of federal structure, or using the power at your command to go after and arrest the man who's been absconding for 45 days accused of gang rape? I'm sorry.
So like I said, I completely agree with what you're saying, and I agree with the sentiment that you're coming from. I think everybody in this country is feeling the same sentiment, apart from the TMC and the leaders that come with it. But again, the question that stands today is that with every matter that you have raised, Anand, the political patronage that is being given to these people needs to be questioned. And today they're questioning the court, they're questioning the government, they're questioning every Tom, Dick and Harry. And you can say that all of this needs to be broken, but the central government has to set a precedence also. So today if we go out and say that the federal structure, humko farak nahi padta federal structure ka, that's not how things work. The Home Minister is the one who needs to answer. And I know you have sufficient faith in the BJP for doing something, but we cannot...
Now, with due respect, Neeti Jain, and if you remember what happened on those 48 hours, the faith on the BJP cadre is also, of the BJP cadre on ground, is also not so heavy or not so hard on the central leadership or the top leadership, because everybody took the first flight out. And the people who were run roughshod on the streets and at the Pada levels in Bengal were those who showed faith in the BJP and stood up to the Trinamool Congress. Now the point right now is, Ravi Srivastava ji, please tell me, don't you want the answer to this magical question, where is Sheikh Shahjahan? Will you please ask that of the Bengal police?
I'm totally with you. I'm not saying any culprit should go scot-free. But the fact is that you have to trust the state law and law machinery for that matter.
You will trust the Bengal police, because a person is absconding for 46 days. They have no clue where he is.
Anand, it is not on individual.
A person who's a TMC strongman, who's supposed to be called as Bhai there. He's Shahjahan Bhai. Sandeshkhali's Don.
trust of crores of people who have elected that particular government. You cannot question that.
No, not
It
at
is-
all,
it is
sir.
not-
Isn't
you have got a
that
police
trust
force.
in question today?
You have-
I'm
you
not
have got
questioning
a
the
police
trust.
force
The trust
there.
in question today, sir, because the people who
the
trusted are
government-
the ones who are looking at and asking, Didi, what have you done? Why have you backing this person?
The moment it
You are losing our
happened,
respect. That's
the
what the
state-
women of Sandeshkhali are telling, Didi.
State Women Commission was sent there, headed by the DGP rank officer, a lady officer, with a lady officer's team. The victims or somebody pleading.
Sir, they are naming
for
Sheikh
them.
Shahjahan.
Should have come forward for
Why
that.
has that 10-member
Should have
team not
filed
mentioned
the
Shahjahan in a
complaints
single
over
FIR?
there.
Why does that?
That's
Why
what
has
I'm
that
saying,
10-member
bro.
team not mentioned Shahjahan in a single FIR? Why did it have to be the presence of the National Commission of Women that the statement of one of them was taken in the presence of a magistrate, and only after that the charges of sexual assault and rape were added to the FIRs?
I think the two persons, that Hazra and Dr. Uttam Sardar, who were.
Sir, his name is Noor Alam.
raped-
The Trinamool Congress will not even reveal that.
They have been. They
His
have
actual
already
name
been
is Noor
arrested.
Alam as revealed by Mr. Hazra himself.
Two persons.
But
have
you will not
already
take
been
that name.
arrested. No, I'm not saying that. See,
Neither
you
is
have
the
to
Trinamool
trust-
taking that name.
You have to trust the state law machinery. If the police force, they will do their job. This is they cannot go.
Okay, sir, I have to wind up on that note
They are
with just a
accountable
simple
to the-
question. Suddenly today, sir, you are not
In
convincing
Manipur,
enough. Do you really
in
trust?
Manipur, they don't. in
Yes,
Manipur,
Dr.
they don't
Nagarata.
want to. In Manipur, they don't want to trust the state machinery. In Bengal, they do. This is the kind of hypocrisy that is letting the women
Mr.
of the
Anand
country down.
Ranganathan, Manipur is a shame on India. Manipur is
Bengal-
a shame on the Prime Minister
So
of
when
this
CM
country.
stands
Bengal
as
is
a
in-
Prime
legislator
Minister of
and
this
she
country.
says she defends
You
the
have
main
got
culprit, that is not a
incompetent
shame.
Chief Minister there who allowed the women to be paraded naked.
And
Thank
what
you.
have
In
you
broad
allowed?
daylight.
No,
And
so
nothing happened to those people.
amazing flow of expression when
What
it
are you
comes
talking?
there. But the same thing when it happens in
What is
Sandeshkhali
more?
with the women
What
there,
happened
of
in
the
the
SC,
Hazrat?
ST women there,
What happened
then
in
you
the
need
Hazrat?
video proof, sir.
3 a.m.
Then you are
in the
asking
morning,
for.
you burn the body
Then
of
you
a
are
Dalit
asking,
girl
sir,
with a petrol
sir, now you are
by the
asking the
police.
women of Sandeshkhali proof, no? You want video proof of these testimonies because you cannot accept these at face value.
I want
But in
everything
Manipur,
to happen
you have
as
all
per
the instances
requirement of the law.
documented, everything by heart, so that you can express it
No,
in a
you
diary
can-
of expression.
Not diary of expression. You have seen yourself.
No,
You have
sir.
done
I'm
several
asking you
shows
this
on
question,
that.
sir.
What happened
You should
in
not
Manipur?
have different standards, sir. That you're ready to do Padyatra all the way to Hathras, but you can't even travel 75 kilometers up to Sandeshkhali. Sir, that itself behoves a lot of questions. I thank you. I thank you all. I have to move on for the moment. Thank you very, very much. We're going to take a very, very short break. When we come back, we shift the spotlight towards Jammu Kashmir, the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, where no violence, only Vikas is the claim made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Does this Naya Jammu and Kashmir reflect the Modi guarantee?
This video. Another person should have been here, where I am right now. But Vladimir Putin killed this man. 3 days ago, Vladimir Putin killed my husband, Alexei Navalny. Putin killed my children's father. Putin took away the most dear what I ever had, the closest and most loved man. But what is more, Putin took Navalny away from you. Somewhere in a colony in far north, beyond the Arctic Circle, in external winter, Putin killed not just a man, Alexei Navalny. Together with him, he wanted to kill our hopes, our freedom, our future. I have been alongside Alexei during all those years. I was happy to be near him and support him. But today, I want to be near you, because I know that you have lost not less than I have. Alexei loved Russia more than anything in the world. He loved our country. He loved you. He believed in ourselves, in our strength, our future. He believed that we deserve better. He believed not just in words but in deeds. His belief was so deep and sincere that he had been ready to sacrifice his life for it. We will have enough of this huge love to continue with this cause for as long as it takes. By killing Alexei, Putin killed half of me, half of my heart and half of my soul. But I still have the other half, and it tells me that I have no right to give up. I will continue the work of Alexei Navalny, continue to fight for our country. I urge you to stand next to me, to share not only my grief and endless pain which has enveloped us and does not let us go. I ask you to share the rage with me, rage, anger, hatred towards those who dared to kill our future. I address you with Alexei's own words in which he believed very much. It is not shameful to do little. It is shameful to do nothing. Russia, free, peaceful, happy, beautiful, Russia of the future, the one my husband so strongly dreamed of. This is what we need. I want to live in such Russia. I want our children, mine and Alexis, to live in such a Russia. I want to build it together with you, the one which Alexei Navalny imagined, full of dignity, justice and love.
My reaction with such bad circumstances, but they feel that we can't try it.
I'm so sorry. I remember the last time.
Thank you. I just.
When my husband died, I hardly can talk for a whole week, even more. I just couldn't believe if anybody wanted to hear my voice or what could I tell people after death of my husband. But Yulia did very right things because her husband, Alexei, was so well known in Russia, abroad, and she needs to keep his voice alive. And she is now his voice. And I want people around her to support her, to help her family, because
साथियों, विकसित भारत, विकसित जम्मू कश्मीर को इस सब मकसद को लेकर जो उत्साह है वाकई अभूतपूर्व है। ये उत्साह हमने विकसित भारत संकल्प यात्रा के दौरान भी देखा है। जब मोदी की गारंटी वाली गाड़ी गांव-गांव तक पहुंच रही थी तो आप लोगों ने उसका शानदार स्वागत किया। जब जम्मू कश्मीर में से सिर्फ निराशा की खबरें आती थी, बम, बंदूक, अपहरण, अलगाव, ऐसी ही बातें जम्मू कश्मीर का दुर्भाग्य बना दी गई थी। लेकिन अब आज जम्मू कश्मीर विकसित होने के संकल्प के साथ आगे बढ़ रहा है। साथियों, जम्मू कश्मीर बहुत दशकों तक परिवारवाद की राजनीति का शिकार रहा है। परिवारवाद की राजनीति करने वालों ने हमेशा सिर्फ अपना स्वार्थ देखा है, आपके हितों की चिंता नहीं की है। और परिवारवाद की राजनीति का सबसे ज्यादा अगर कोई नुकसान उठाता है तो हमारे युवा उठाते हैं।
आतंक की घटनाओं में भी 75% से ज्यादा कमी आई। जो भी तंजीमें थीं, उनके टॉप कमांडर उचित जगह पहुंचा दिए गए। रिक्रूटमेंट भी लगभग समाप्त हो गया है। हड़ताल का कैलेंडर जो हमारा पड़ोसी जारी करता था, अब वो कैलेंडर जारी नहीं होता। अब जम्मू कश्मीर प्रशासन शिक्षा का, रोजगार का कैलेंडर जारी करता है। स्टोन पेल्टिंग अब इतिहास की घटना हो गई। बाजार और स्कूल और यूनिवर्सिटी पूरे वर्ष खुले रहते हैं। कश्मीर घाटी में आम आदमी नाइट लाइफ का आनंद उठा रहा है। जिन जिलों में पहले शाम होते ही भय पसरा रहता था, वहां देर रात तक सिनेमा हॉल और रेस्टोरेंट चल रहे हैं।
There's no more violence, and the only path that Naya Jammu and Kashmir has to take is that of Vikas. Both Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Jammu and Kashmir LG, Honorable Manoj Sinha, highlighted the story of development and progress in the Union Territory. The region is now on a trajectory of rapid development with AIIMS, IITs, IIMs, IIMCs, mega road projects and enhanced railway connectivity. The government's focus is also now on elevating the Jammu and Kashmir status to the standards of other developed states. And from the bustling Lal Chowk to the serene Jhelum riverfront, there's massive transformation, not just in Srinagar. Nightlife is no longer confined to homes. Tourism sector is booming, and this is all across Jammu and Kashmir. More jobs, massive thrust on investment, several projects that have been inaugurated, and this shows the region's shift from what was a terror hotspot to a Naya Jammu Kashmir. Let's break this down a little further for you. To what has changed post the abrogation of Article 370. While 2,664 stone pelting incidents were reported back in 2010, zero stone pelting incidents in 2023. At least 132 organized strikes were called in 2010 and zero organized strikes in 2023. 70% decline in terror-related incidents overall, 81% reduction in civilian deaths, 48% decline in death of security forces. The government, meanwhile, has also initiated round-the-clock crackdown on terror. Top terror commanders have been eliminated in the recent past. Take, for example, Minister Hussain, who was gunned down on the 7th of August 2023. He was a Hizbul commander tasked with reviving militancy in the valley. As per the army, he was a mastermind of a number of attacks on security forces and took part in high-level meetings of the Hizbul in Islamabad with an agenda of being reviving Hizbul in the Poonch Rajouri belt. Mohammad Ismail, he's Alawi alias Lambu, was gunned down on 31st July 2021. He was a Jaish chief, Masood Azhar's nephew, and involved in the Pulwama attack. Jammu and Kashmir police revealed that Lambu was an IED expert. Mehrazuddin Halwai, alias Ubaid, was killed by forces on the 7th of July 2021. He was a contemporary of Burhan Wani. J&K police have revealed that while Burhan was engaged in a series of civilian and security forces killings in South Kashmir, Mehrazuddin Halwai was involved in the killing of civilian security forces in North Kashmir. Adil Gulzar was gunned down on the 13th of January 2020. He was accused of plotting assassination of Kashmiris, an SSP, a doctor with a paramilitary force, a journalist, a professor, and also a BJP spokesperson. Zinatul Islam was killed on the 13th of January 2019, a top commander of the terror group Al-Badr. He was also an IED expert and involved in militancy since 2008. Terror, a story of the past. Jammu and Kashmir witnessing growth at a massive pace. Sample this, Vikas Path. On the Vikas Path, 53 projects being implemented at the cost of 58,477 crore rupees by 15 ministries and departments under the Prime Minister's Development Package 2015. 32 of the 53 projects have been completed, substantially completed. Energy deficit has been reduced from 17.8% during the year 2018-2019 to 1.5% up to November 2023. Receipt of investment proposal so far 88,915 crore rupees with employment generation potential of more than 3.98 lakh. A new central sector scheme for industrial development of Jammu and Kashmir on the 19th of February 2021 with an outlay of 28,400 crore to boost industrial development. Around 7,000 megawatt hydropower capacity in addition in phased manner in hydropower generation expected in the next 8 to 10 years. Handloom and handicraft exports doubling from 563 crore in 2021 to 22 to 1,116.37 crore in 2022-23. In the tourism sector, exceptional performance, witnessing unprecedented growth as over 1.85 crore tourist arrivals till October 2023 have been witnessed. As far as jobs, implementation of self-employment schemes across various sectors, a total of 7.4 lakh self-employment livelihood opportunities generated, strengthening since the year 2021-22 till December 6th, 2023. Again, Mission Youth, more than 5 lakh youth are now associated with Mission Youth to encourage and empower them. Number of job fairs conducted in the last 2 years are 151, total 1,631 companies participating in these job fairs. Total of 31,830 vacancies, including Jammu and Kashmir Bank in the government sector, have been filled between August 2019 to 6 December 2023. Infrastructure under the Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, 6,912 kilometers of road length construction conducted during the last 3 years. The air traffic to and from Jammu and Kashmir doubling post 2019. Night landing facilities have been provided in Jammu and Srinagar. Udhampur, Srinagar, Baramulla rail link project set to connect Kashmir with the rest of the country by train in the coming months. PM Modi flagging off Jammu and Kashmir's first electric train on the Udhampur, Srinagar, Baramulla rail link. The longest transportation tunnel of Bharat, T50, is 12.77 kilometer. That is lies in this portion between Khari and Sumbar. The world's highest railway bridge over the Chenab River in the Riyasi district at 13.15 meter, 1315 meters long, having an arch span of 467 meters and a height of 359 meters above the riverbed. Increased Labhartis under the PMAY scheme, 3.37 lakh. Sanctioned 1.73 lakh houses completed. Under Jal Jeevan Mission, about 13.54 lakh rural households covering villages provided with tap water and connections. And as far as the PMJAY Sehat scheme, 82.22 lakh beneficiaries have registered under this scheme. A total of 8.87 lakh beneficiaries availing benefit under the scheme and claims paid amounting to 1,325 crore rupees. The Jammu and Kashmir LG saying that the Hartar calendar has been replaced by university and school calendars. J&K, the only region in Bharat having AIIMS, IIT and IIMs. 28 BSc nursing and 19 BSc paramedic colleges have been added. 800 more MBBS seats have added, totaling to 1,300, 664 PG medical seats available, 297 PG seats added post 2019, 1,870 BSc nursing seats and 125 MSc nursing seats have been added. 50 new degree colleges have also been established. That's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. Lots been done. RP Singh, national spokesperson of the BJP with us. Sonam Mahajan, political analyst with us. Sardar Baldev Singh Raina, chairman, United Kashmir Sikh Progressive Forum with us. And Salman Nizami, chief spokesperson of the DPAP with us. Namaste, Jai Bharat. Thank you very, very much to everybody. Lots of work has been done as per the numbers and across all sectors is said. बहुत विकास तो है, Salman Nizami, but is there Vishwas? What's the man ki baat of the people of Jammu and Kashmir?
Well, Anand, no doubt the security landscape in Kashmir has witnessed a shift as decline in stone pelting incidents in Kashmir, particularly in Srinagar. But the positive development is overshadowed by the terror attacks and selective killings we witnessed in these last 3-4 years, especially. On the other hand, in Jammu, the AIIMS in Jammu, the IIT in our region is also a positive development. We must appreciate the government for this. But it's important to acknowledge the role of our party chairman Ghulam Nabi Azad, who championed these initiatives and put forth a request to the Prime Minister's attention. Frankly speaking, we were expecting some big packages for the people of Jammu and Kashmir, especially for the Kashmiri Pandits, because after revocation of Article 370, BJP claimed that Kashmiri Pandits will return back to Kashmir. It is our desire also, but we didn't see any change on ground because we witnessed selective killings. Kashmiri Pandits were killed in these last 2-3 years. And let me tell you, the ground reality, people have desired to have democratically elected government that represents their interest and address their needs. Government must follow the directive of the Supreme Court and ensure timely conduct of the elections in J&K. Why I want local government in Jammu and Kashmir, why I want elections in J&K, because with the LG and officers from outside Jammu and Kashmir, there is sense of disconnect and alienation among the people. So conducting elections is the main demand of the people of J&K, so that they should feel that, of course, we are part of India, but we should feel that we also have the right to elect and choose our representatives.
Baldev Raina ji, do you agree, disagree with Salman Nizami? Has enough been done? Are people now turning around and believing in this guarantee of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, or are there still some doubts? Is the amount of investment, industry, work that can be done in Jammu and Kashmir, is it happening, or is it largely still feeding off tourism?
Thank you. बिल्कुल सही बोला है. और डेवलपमेंट की अगर बात करें तो अगर हम देखें जो जम्मू कश्मीर में डेवलपमेंट हो रही है, और अपने आप में एक मिसाल है। वर्ल्ड का सबसे बड़ा ब्रिज जो है वो चनाब वैली के ऊपर बन रहा है। ट्रेन जो एक सपना था वो कुछ महीने में एक जो सबसे एक ग्रोथ का एक मैं कहता हूँ एक वैली का एक सिस्टम ही बदल जाएगा उसके बाद, वो शुरू हो रही है। और जो रोड्स की कनेक्टिविटी और जिस तरह 32,000 करोड़ का जो अभी आप देख रहे हो जो टनलें बन रही है, खासकर करगिल जो एक डिस्कनेक्टिविटी हो जाती थी श्रीनगर करगिल लद्दाख एरिया का, और जितने रोड्स की डेवलपमेंट हो रही है। और रोड्स एक ऐसी चीज है जहाँ रोड होते हैं वहाँ ऑटोमेटिकली डेवलपमेंट होती है, और काफी एग्रेशन में अभी काम हो रहा है। और इतना ही काफी नहीं है, जिस तरह एम्स और मेडिकल कॉलेज भी बने, और भी काफी चीजें हैं। क्योंकि पिछले 30 साल में जब एक ग्रोथ हुई पूरे वर्ल्ड में, पूरी दुनिया में, तो कश्मीर जो था एक कोमा में था, 30 साल की कोई डेवलपमेंट हुई नहीं। तो अभी काफी कुछ करने को है। और जिस तरह प्राइम मिनिस्टर मोदी साहब का और इनका एक मिशन है कि जम्मू कश्मीर को पूरा डेवलप करना है, और भी जिस तरह एजुकेशन सेक्टर, हेल्थ सेक्टर, ये तो नेसेसिटी है। और बाकी जिस तरह टूरिज्म जो है, टूरिज्म के लिए हमने रिक्वेस्ट भी किया था कि वो यहाँ पे 3-4 एयरपोर्ट, जैसा सुरमर्ग एक ऐसी जगह है जहाँ वर्ल्ड की सबसे अच्छा टूरिस्ट बहुत अच्छी जगह बन सकती है, वहाँ पे यात्रा के लोग भी जो हैं।
पर मैं आपसे ये पूछ रहा हूँ कि क्या आवाम का भरोसा जीत पाए हैं मोदी जी?
सर बिल्कुल जीत पाए हैं। जो अगर आज बात करोगे आप, जो वो दिखता है कि भाई एक जो काम कभी नहीं हुए वो काम अभी हो रहे हैं। हाँ, कुछ चीजें हैं जो हर वक्त मोदी साहब इतने बिजी होते हैं, जो बाकी जैसे हमारे एलजी रोहित शर्मा साहब भी काफी एक्टिव रहते हैं। और जिस तरह अभी उन्होंने बात की कि कुछ चीजें जिन पे काम करना, अगर मैं बात करूं जम्मू कश्मीर के सरदारों पे, जिस तरह अगर हमने काफी बार आवाज भी उठाई है, क्योंकि एक ही कौम है जिसको निगलेक्ट किया गया, जो एक सरदार कौम है जम्मू कश्मीर की, जिसको कुछ भी नहीं दिया गया। और जितनी फाइट कश्मीर के सरदारों ने यहाँ पे रह के की है 47 से लेके अभी तक, तो उनको ना कोई रिजर्वेशन दी गई और ना ही उनके लिए कोई सीट्स जिस तरह रिजर्व की गई। मैं सोचता हूँ कि जम्मू कश्मीर के सरदारों के साथ बहुत ही गलत किया हुआ है। और हम आज सोचते थे कोई ना कोई अलॉटमेंट सरदारों के लिए होगी, वो भी नहीं हुई। मैं क्योंकि आपके चैनल के ही जरिए से हमने काफी बार ये बातें भी उठाई हैं, और हम एचएम को, पीएम साहब को पर्सनली मिले भी हैं। तो उस चीज की एक निराशा है, जो कश्मीर के सरदार लोग हैं उनकी बात ही मतलब बिल्कुल ही उनको इग्नोर किया गया। मैं चाहूंगा कि जो हमारी काफी सारे मेमोरेंडम और डिस्कशन जो हुआ है कि कश्मीर सरदार को इग्नोर ना किया जाए।
जी, एक डिमांड थी कि गुरमुखी को भी एक ऑफिशियल लैंग्वेज की तरह रिकॉग्नाइज किया जाए, या एक लैंग्वेज ऑफ द स्टेट यूनियन टेरिटरी ऑफ जम्मू एंड कश्मीर की तरह रिकॉग्नाइज किया गया। उस पर भी मुझे पता नहीं कुछ एक्शन हुआ है कि नहीं, या उसको मान लिया गया है कि नहीं। बट सोनम महाजन, बिफोर आई ब्रिंग इन सरदार आरपी सिंह, यस सोनम महाजन, and it should be all Punjabis, not just Sikhs, so or not just Sardars. So that's another part. There is a viewer, one of the viewers is saying कि सभी पंजाबियों के लिए कुछ किए, सिर्फ सरदारों के लिए लाग रहे। The Dogras have their own demands and their own aspects of recognition, because they've also stayed back and hung back and they borne the brunt. But एक बात है सोनम महाजन, people say नोएडा में जमीन मिल जाएगी, जम्मू में नहीं खरीद सकते। So that's the kind of appreciation that Jammu is seeing. Please go ahead. What's your thought?
Anand, at the very outset, as a gender and religious minority from J&K, I want to say that the Prime Minister has done the unimaginable. He's been able to do what I don't think anybody else would have been able to do. We couldn't imagine that this misogynistic communal Article 370 would ever be revoked. The kind of statements, inflammatory statements, the Kashmiri hegemons used to make, we used to think there will be bloodbath everywhere. Now coming to the development part, I do agree with the Prime Minister. A lot has been done in J&K. Over 50 colleges alone have come up in the past few years. There are a number of development projects which are already, which are already in place. But I also feel where we have been able to break the backbone of organized terrorism in Jammu and Kashmir. There's been a rise in terrorism in Rajouri and Poonch districts, which has come up in the past few years. And this is very concerning to us, especially those of us who come from this belt. We've given a lot of sacrifices. Our childhoods were scarred by Pakistan's sent terrorists. And I think more attention needs to be paid to these areas, because these areas are very, very vulnerable, and this is where most of the infiltration comes from. Infiltration doesn't really happen in Kashmir. These terrorists enter from these territories, and more attention needs to be paid to these areas. I also want to highlight the plight of the Kashmiri Pandits. I think more needs to be done to accommodate them. Some of them are still living in subhuman conditions. But having said all of that, I think the Prime Minister has done a great job. And I was particularly overwhelmed by the fact that the Prime Minister today was addressing the people of Jammu in our native language, which is Dogri. I don't think any other national leader has done that so far. The Prime Minister knows how to connect with the local people, and I think that's what makes him so special, apart from all the good work that he has done. But I think we still have a long way to go.
Right. Sardar R.P. Singh, how would you respond? Is this enough to will economic prosperity bring in a shift in mindset and also a certain level of trust?
Anand, you have given a detailed report on all what has been done on the progress path. I mean, I really amazed that no one, I mean, even I, being from person who was dealt with Jammu Kashmir in 90s, since 90s. I've been in and out of Jammu Kashmir during the peak of militancy to recently when tricolor was there in each and every house, unfurled in each and every house. So I've seen those changes, but we had never kept put together all what you put together. But the biggest thing which happened there, which we probably missed on, that was the local elections, local body elections, and that was the problem for the local parties also. It was the parties which said that we will not contest any election till the time 370 is brought back. We are going to boycott each and every elections, but they rather contested the DDC election. And then for your information, you would have that, but BJP was the largest party in that election. And then we, if I rightly remember, won 75 seats, and National Conference won some 67, PDP 27, and Congress 26, although they were contesting all put together as a Gupkar alliance. But even then, we were the largest bloc, and although there were some 15 independents also. My concern is that taking democracy to the root level, this has also happened after a long time. After some 20 odd years, this has happened, that the democracy has gone to the roots. And now people are, the mainstream leaders are scared of this, that these leaders who have come up during this block level elections and during these panchayat elections, they will be a threat to the mainstream leaders, to the dynastic leaders, because they are not going to abide by the dynasties here now. And this is a new change which is happening. That's why there's a shift, all that shift in even the mindset, the youth joining the mainstream. And these are the people who are taking the road, the schools, the colleges, the benefit of the Prime Minister's scheme to the ground level. All those schemes of the tap water or the Ujjwala scheme or the health scheme, the Ayushman Bharat scheme is going to the ground because of this change which has happened on the ground. The democracy which has happened on the ground, that's the biggest achievement of the government. And yes, there is a commitment now in the court that by next year, September, the election has to be held, and they will be held. I mean, there's no way, there's no way out of it. And we'll see a good government there who will function catering to the needs of the people and also ensuring that we are looking for a double engine government there also now, that people will vote keeping in mind that they should look for a double engine government, a double engine sarkar.
Salman Nizami, convincing?
Well, as I said, we need to earn people's trust. Militancy is still a problem in Kashmir. We witnessed many terror attacks in Kashmir in these last 3-4 years. There was, I think, a much created hype by the BJP regarding Article 370, as Kashmir was always part of India. And what was there in Article 370? It was like to protect the jobs and land. There was nothing in Article 370, only job and land protection. So our main goal should be to win the hearts of the people and deal with militancy, which makes Kashmiri Pandits also, they're scared to come back to Kashmir.
If it was no big deal,
Can I
then
make a small point here?
why was it scrapped, and why were the statements that were made about what will happen if it is scrapped were made, and why was this used as a shield or a tool or misused all these years is a big question.
Two things in Article 370.
Sir, one
and
large
protection
question
also.
and the elephant in the room is,
This
sir, the
law is
1990s.
still-
So the time of the 80s and the 90s, and that kind of a
This law
mindset
is still
displayed
there
was
in
the
more
fact that this
times of
area
India.
needs to be demographically
Himachal
cleansed, and
Pradesh,
this place is going to be
Himachal
only for a
Pradesh,
particular
Assam,
religious
where no
denomination.
outsider is
Was
allowed
that
to
an imposed
buy land
mindset,
or
or
get
does that
jobs?
still percolate amongst the populace? That's the larger question, or the elephant in the room. And will that change with just economic progress, or is there more that needs to be done
But the ground
to
reality
change
is
that kind of a
that-
mindset? Is the bigger
BJP
question.
claimed that militancy will end. Militancy is still there, sir.
Well, let me answer that.
Well, I have to wind up. I have to wind up on
How
that
much
note.
stone pelting is happening now?
No.
How much stone
I
pelting
have
is
to
happening now?
I have to wind up on
And
that note.
compared-
Have to wind up on that note. The number of homegrown terrorists or the recruitments that had happened had dropped to 9 in October 2023, if I remember correctly, from 90 the previous year, ladies and gentlemen. So there's something that's happening. I have to wind up with just congratulations that are in order. Congratulations that are in order to Anushka and Virat, who've just posted, saying Anushka has posted, with abundant happiness and our hearts full of love, we are pleased to inform everyone that on 15th February, we welcomed our baby boy Akai. Akai means Nirakar or formless. And Vamika's little brother in this world, to this world. Vamika is another name for Goddess Durga. So we seek your blessings and good wishes in this beautiful time in our lives. We request you to kindly respect our privacy at this time. Love and gratitude, Virat and Anushka. Congratulations to everybody in the family. Thank you very much. We're going to wind up this edition of The Right Stand on that note.
Co-presented by.
She would be able to talk. She would raise this attention, and everybody will remember Alexei, what we all need.
My dear, with such bad circumstances, but they feel that we find time.
I'm so sorry. I remember the last time.
It was shocking news because I have a very tiny hope Alexei Navalny will survive. And when Putin's regime collapsed on one way or to another one, Alexei Navalny would be able to get out from prison and to start his political career. I'm not saying he became immediately a leader of New Russia, but he could have equivalent chance to do this. Unfortunately, it was a dream, and now we all have to agree Putin has another person who he wanted to kill, and he killed.
Эволюция нашего общества, к сожалению, политически заключенные в России существует с 2003 года, как минимум, но вот сейчас мы видим, что это стало по-настоящему.
I am sure now, after what happened, international community has to be more strong and not make only good words to say how they regret and sympathize to Navalny family, but making real action and make it possible not any other people who are in prison now, like Vladimir Kara-Murza, Ilya Yashin, and other politicians who are as a prisoner. But it needs to be done something. But it will be done only Putin's regime collapse. Without that, I don't think these people will survive. When we see even tiny protest, even tiny reaction for death of Alexei Navalny, I think it's very serious. We still have people who are not brainwashed, who really do understand. And when they be able to see another people going for this kind of protest, even they're not going, but at least